I want to say something honestly, and it is something that I have not yet figured out. When I got my first success, I felt really good. Like, really good. For a moment, I felt more confident, more comfortable, like maybe I finally did something. I'm grateful for that, truly. But that didn't last long. But soon after that, something changed quietly. Now, before that success, I was just doing the work. I didn't think much, there was nothing to protect, and I was just kind of doing it. I would wake up and ask, what do I need to do today? And then success came. And suddenly my brain started chasing the feeling of it. And you know what? I started auditing myself more. How am I coming across? Am I doing it right? What if it doesn't work out? And I didn't realize that at that time I was moving away from my goals and going towards a state of wishful thinking. I wasn't lazy or stuck. I was just distracted. Distracted by how success felt. I wanted that feeling again. And without even noticing it, I started protecting it instead of progressing. And that is when I understood something simple yet important. Dopamine isn't meant to be lived in. It is meant to push you forward. But I tried to stay there, and slowly, with time, action turned into hesitation. And not because I couldn't work, but because I was very self-conscious. Failure never did this to me. Failure was quite straightforward. It hurt, but it was clear. Success blurred things out for me. It made me overthink, hesitate, and aware of what people are thinking of me. And this is what brings me to the truth. Failure breaks the ego, but success, it tests your discipline. At this time, something from Bhagavad Gita came back to me in the form of quote, but it was more like a feeling. Krishna doesn't tell Arjun, win and be proud, or lose and cry. He basically says, do your job. Karmanya vadikaraste. You control the action and not the outcome. And for the first time in my life, that line stayed in my head. I felt it to my life. Because, I can talk about results, but you know what? They come and go. But the work asks different questions. It asks, did I show up today? It asks whether I did the work with honesty. And it asks whether I moved one step closer to my goal. And not cliche questions like if people are clapping for me or if I succeed or fail. These questions felt quieter and calmer. If someone told me all of this before my first success, then I would have just understood it and nodded my head in acceptance, but it would have stayed with me in the form of intellectual knowledge only. But now it is part of my embedded wisdom. Because you know what, I lived through distraction and I felt the discomfort of being off track. That discomfort didn't break me, it guided me back. Now I didn't come back with motivation. I came back quietly. Back to the boring days, back to simple effort, and back to not knowing where it leads to. And strangely, that feels peaceful. Hey, I still get happy when something works, but I don't stay in that zone anymore. I let it pass, and then I ask, okay, what work do I need to do now? So yeah, success didn't ruin me. It just showed me how easy it is to forget how you started and why you started. And I'm glad I remembered. If this feels familiar to you, then you're not lost either. You just need to remember why you started. That's all. Well, you take care of yourself, and I'll meet you in the next one.